I'm sorry, yeah.
Call meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Part of the meeting, I'll read the district mission statement. In partnership with the communities, the mission of the Dilworth Glendon Phelps School District is to educate individuals in an environment of trust and respect and to become self-directed, responsible, lifelong learners. Roll call, we've got everyone here except for Troy and Micah, Mr. Munset, of course. And Mark. Agenda, any changes to the agenda?
No changes unless one of our reports doesn't show, I guess.
Okay. Yep. All right. We will, we have a motion to adopt Nicole, have a second.
I'll second.
Second by Angela. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 5, public comments and rebel recognition. I don't think we have any public comments, but rebel recognition.
I think we talked Owen Winter last time, right? About his successes at the state cross country, so kudos to him again. And then obviously our football team just won on Friday, so they play Saturday. This coming Saturday down at US Bank, so congratulations to them.
And our Heart of the Lakes volleyball team, we had 3 that represented in the Heart of the Lakes and 3 that were honorable mentions as well.
For all conference.
For all conference,
Yep. Okay. Yeah, good, thank you.
I believe is there a play coming up?
I know they were practicing today, I don't know the dates.
Usually it's right around Thanksgiving, so
As
if
I
you're
said,
watching,
a couple weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
just know, I don't have anybody in.
No, but I know they were practicing today because when I came here, I checked, so.
All right, very good. We'll go on to number 6, reports. We'll start with Marcus on the business manager report.
Thanks for having me again here. We can go just straight to the summary report.
This one, Marcus?
Yes. And that will kind of break down how October went. First at the top is just the board bills for this month. It was a little lower than usual, so that's good too. But as far as how October went, first we can look at the payroll on the right side. This is now full payroll, what it's probably consistently going to look like. There were some fall coaches that were included in this, so that, I mean, it could be a little less next time, but we did pay most of the fall coaches for the fall sports, so I guess basically football and volleyball was the majority of that, so those were mostly paid out in that payroll, so yeah, we can expect, a little over 400,000 on average for around 400,000 is probably average for payroll. Tax and benefits be pretty consistent. Going over to the left side as far as the October revenues and the bills. So the revenues, the end of October and the beginning of November is a time where we don't get as much state money and we get more county revenue. So it's a little less this time as far as revenues because when the state lines it up with when the counties pay. So if the state knows that the county's gonna be giving us money, they'll give us a little less during those times. So it's just kind of, it helps them save a little bit of money and then they distribute it either before or after that. So
It's been a practice for.
yeah, and so we get a late October payment come through for the county and then we get it early November. So probably the first November payment might be a little less too from the state because they just kind of, that's how it breaks out. So for instance, last month or September, we probably got 1.7 in general fund money. This time we got 1.2. So when you go down and look at the October summary, the surplus was rather small. Whereas last month it was about 500,000 more. So it's just that kind of difference in how they distribute their funds. And then as far as the bank balances, that's something we added below. The first 4 accounts are like the general fund money that we use that comes in from state and county. So that's kind of the money that is rotating, revolving for us to use. The bottom three accounts are kind of debt sinking fund holding payments. So when some of our debt comes due, that's the money that we use to pay that down. So yeah, you probably just want to focus more on the top four. So our cash flow right now is healthy. Does anybody have any questions on this summary?
No, I just really appreciate you breaking it down that way so that it makes it easier for us to understand.
Yeah. And then we can go on to the budget for versus actual, the 2-page. Yep, this one. So this one is kind of just showing how where we're sitting versus last year. We typically see at the end of October that we could probably be in about the 25% range. We're actually progressing a little better this year. I'd say a couple reasons for that is we're just tighter with our money. We're just being more, we've always been fiscally responsible, but I mean, when you're preparing for a referendum, you want to show a tighter budget and you're looking at everything. So we've been good this year. Obviously, we've spent less on technology because this was a rotating year where we had less expenses there. Curriculum, I think we've been in pretty good shape. We've been very responsible with how we've spent that money to get the best out of it, the most out of it. And just some of the other areas, just we probably have less staff in the areas of elementary, middle school, high school compared to last year. So yeah, I think everything's trending nicely there for us right now. Anybody have any questions on that? And then as far as any of the construction project budget goes, really.
Any other questions for Mark? Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Marcus.
All right, we'll go on to, just pass on the
Yeah,
curriculum report,
yeah.
and go on to the board committee reports policy. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can go. So we reviewed the policies, not much redlining actually on this section that came through, so not much change at all from what was last approved. All the questions were, outstanding questions were answered and a very straightforward meeting.
A lot of just MSBA recommendations, it was nothing, yeah, there just wasn't much.
Any questions for Angela? All right, I guess we'll go on to the superintendent.
Superintendent report, all right, obviously referendum, again, had an opportunity to visit with some media, but following the referendum results, and I just want to say thank you again to the community. Obviously, when you're within 33 votes, there's a lot of people that are supporting us, and I think I'll just use a quote, I guess, that I said, was that means we're doing some things right? Because some people, there was a lot of support there as well. Obviously, it didn't pass. We're gonna sharpen the pencil. We have a lot to talk about tonight. We had a budget committee. We talked a lot about what we may have to do. There'll be more of that to come. And so by January, I'm hoping to have some things between now and January, I guess, for the board to review, and kind of some things that we're gonna need to do, just like we said we would have to if it didn't pass. So we're gonna get into, roughly $800,000 worth of cuts for next year. What does that look like exactly? That's what we're gonna work through. So unfortunate that has to be that way, but it is our reality. The public is voted that way, and that's what we're gonna do. So, yeah, I guess I'll leave it at that. Number 2 is the intergovernmental committee meeting. We had that last week. We are the host. Well, I'll say host. We're in charge of the event this year in January, and so one of the things we talked about are what are the hot topics in Clay County, the cities of Clay County, the schools in Clay County, and we're gonna talk about future planning. We're gonna talk about planning and zoning at the cities of Clay County, what they're going through, what the county is planning and organizing and working through. And so that's kind of gonna be the theme, is kind of what is the expansions of the cities of Clay County? obviously Moorhead, Dilworth, Clinton, Uland, whatever, Barnesville. And then how is the county coming alongside them to support them in those endeavors? And then what are some of the challenges that they're facing as cities and county? In the afternoon, we're gonna talk about how that impacts schools. Obviously, we're talking about our district and Moorhead's district and how it's wonky with our borders. And so we're gonna talk a little bit about that land swap and the impact of that to both districts, because it's unique. And then what are some things that may be able to be worked through in the future to remedy that situation? So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And then, of course, we'll have legislators invited to that meeting as well in January, so they can have a panel and we can get them with questions or our concerns, right? So that'll be coming up. So Brooke and I will be working quite a bit on that because we're the hosts. We'll be doing the presentations and having people come up to do their reports. So yeah, a lot going on. So far it seems like it's going to work out just fine. MRA Summit this Sunday coming up, the 16th. I'll be heading out to Brainerd. I'll stay with one of my kids because they live there. And I'll be going to the MREA conference Sunday night is a banquet to recognize MREA's Teachers of Excellence. And then there's all their sessions are all day Monday. Tuesday morning, there's a keynote and some other breakout sessions, but it's done around noon, so I'll be coming back in the afternoon on Tuesday the 18th. So just to let people know I'll be out Monday, Tuesday in Brainerd for the MREA Summit. The next one is Veterans Day program. That is tomorrow at 8:45. So that'll be in the elementary. So if you have an opportunity to break away and come on over, it's been a very well-attended event. It's very positive and it's wonderful to see all the veterans that come and how we can say thank you. And so that's been a neat event. I do want to do a quick shout out to Walmart. Walmart did supply the cakes for the event. So they donated those, so thank you to them. Yeah, questions for me, anybody?
We'll go on to number 7. This is to approve the regular meeting on October 27, 2025. Do I have a motion? Motion by Brittany. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Angela. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Consent agenda is to approve the bills for November 2025 in the amount of
$167,793.31.
All right, the treasurer's monthly budget report, which Marcus went through. We'll approve that, file for audit. Retirement, approve the retirement of Kent Hendrickson, middle school principal, effective at the end of the 2025-2026 school year. And then to approve the resignation of Alex Mather, custodian, effective November 21st, 2025. Do I have a motion? Motion by Laura. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Brittany. Questions or discussion?
I do want to say thank you to Kent, obviously coming over and helping us with some transitioning into this building. He started with us as an assistant principal and came over and helped with, again, that transition in middle school. So thank you to Kent for that. And then Alex Mather is a rock star, and it's like anything, when you have a great one, they find other opportunities than he has, and Chase is super bummed out, but I just kudos to Alex. He's been nothing but positive for our school, and all of his coworkers really bummed that he's leaving, but understand why. So just want to do a shout out to him.
Wish them both the best in their next adventures.
Yeah, sure.
I think Kent's will be a little more exciting than Alex's.
Yeah, probably.
Alex seems to
Exciting
have
or
fun.
quiet.
Yeah, Alex seems to have fun with everything he does.
That's true.
Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. On to new and unfinished business. 9.1, this is to approve the second reading of the following policies: 706, acceptance of guests; 707, transportation of public school students; 708, transportation of non-public school students; 709, student transportation safety policy; 709, student transportation safety form; 710, extracurricular transportation; 711, video recording on school buses; 712, video surveillance other than on school buses; 713, student activity accounting. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Nicole, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Laura. Any questions or discussions? As we just talked about that. Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. On 9.2, this is to approve the first and only reading of the following policies. Administrator Code of Ethics, 306 and 606, textbooks and instructional materials. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Nicole, second by Angela.
Yep.
Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 9.3, this is to approve the resolution canvassing returns of votes of school district special education. And,
General education.
General election.
sorry, general election, thank you. Yes, general education, no, special election. All right.
So moved.
I won't read the resolution, but the resolution essentially just goes over the numbers related to the canvassing, and there were more votes against than for. That's the summary. So, motion by Nicole, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Laura. Oh, sorry, Brittany. Yes, sorry. All right. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, we'll go by roll call. Nicole?
Aye.
Laura?
Aye.
David? Aye. Brittany?
Aye.
Angela?
Aye.
Resolution passes. All right, on to 9.4, this is donations approved, donations as presented in your packet, and make sure I get them right. Is it just the one? Yes. From Walworth Financial, an amount of $250 for the River Watch program. Do I have a motion? Motion by Laura, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Angela. Any questions or discussion? Just a huge thank you to Walworth Financial. So helpful to get those donations. Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll go by roll call. Nicole?
Aye.
Laura? Aye. David? Aye. Brittany? Aye. Angela? Resolution passes. On to 9.5, this is to approve the non-certified contract for Lisa Helgeson, food service class 1, step 5, effective November 3rd, 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Brittany, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Laura. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 10.1, the next board meeting will be Monday, November 24th, 2025, at 6 p.m. here in the DGF Community Room in Glendon. 10.2, the Personnel Committee will be Monday, November 24th, following the school board meeting in the same room here in Glendon. On to number 11, this is to adjourn the regular meeting of the Dilworth Glendon Felton School Board. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Nicole, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Brittany. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned.